All right, there we go. Happy Monday! I am back from vacation and so excited for this live. So excited to be sharing with you all this morning. I it's very interesting because I planned on doing this conversation way before, and now that I'm back, it is more relevant than ever. 1 second, all the things. All right, so if you're here, let me know, say good morning, share your love. You know how we do. I'm going to jump over here in the comments so that I can see you're here. If you're on Instagram, YouTube, all the things. I want to start off by saying thank you to the goddesses that took over for me. Goddess Denise, Goddess Carla, Goddess Antoinette. I was in Dubai and I happened to catch like the last 10 minutes and I was like, look at my babies. Oh my gosh. They made me so proud. So I hope that I saw all the comments. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I sure did. I felt like a mama bear. And thank you to Coach Nads, Coach Carla, Coach Lisa. Where was I? Cairo, I think, in an airport. And I jumped on and I was like, oh my gosh, I want what they're having. So I just wanted to start off by saying thank you. It's so beautiful to have such amazing women hold space for all of us and to support me. I am extremely grateful. And this morning, I have so much to share with you. I'm going to try to do my best to contain it because if you know me, coming off of 2 weeks of vacation, traveling all over the world, that's when I get all my downloads, all these amazing things happen. And I want to start with the most powerful one that I believe is relevant for all of us right now. So before I left on vacation, I said a prayer. I asked God to give me deep and powerful insights on my trip. Like, yeah, I want to see all the beautiful things and want to have all the fun and want to, be the tourist and do all of that. But my truest prayer was, I want deep and powerful insights while I'm away. And I got that while I was in Egypt. But I want you to think about, why would that be my prayer going on vacation? So one of the things that I've observed about myself, and I would say most of the women in this community, and if you've been following along with my post and my emails, you've probably noticed I've been bearing my soul, telling my truth, and just being as authentic and raw as I possibly can be about all the things that I'm traversing right now in my life, in my business, in my mind. But what I noticed is we're all kind of in a similar situation. For most of us, we're in what I call the midlife season, right? Most of the women in my community are in their late 40s, 50s, 60s. And we're kind of in that season, I know I am, where the questions I'm asking now are, why am I here? Is there more than this? What do I want the legacy of my life to be? What about my dreams? Where did those go? What's happening here? What about the dreams that I had for my life and for myself? I kind of feel off track, if I'm being honest. Is there anyone else that's here this morning who can say, Tasha, for real, been thinking that, feeling that, sensing that, noticing that I'm in the same boat? Anybody here want to just jump in the comments and let me know you're experiencing this too? Yeah. Okay. So I was seeking answers to these questions. And like I said, I got it while I was in Egypt. But for you to understand the Egypt moment, I have to kind of tell you about the different places I was on this trip and some of the things that I observed. So the first stop was Dubai. Now, Dubai is like flying cars, a country that wants to be the first to colonize Mars. They have species that they're cloning for, should the world totally fall apart and the sun burn planet Earth, then they have species that they've cloned that will be able to survive that kind of heat. It's like insanity. It's imagination on steroids, right? Vision and imagination on steroids. So Dubai is just like out there. It's beyond what I could have ever imagined. Then I went to Madrid and Portugal, but I want to talk about Portugal specifically. Portugal used innovation to create in like massive wealth. They were the wealthiest country for three to 400 years. They held the title of wealthiest country in your tiny little part of a country. Really, right? Spain and Portugal, I feel like Portugal is like a part of a country, little tiny thing. And they were the wealthiest country in the world for 300 to 400 years. Why? Innovation. And the simplicity of this innovation that got them to this status. They literally went from square sails on a ship to triangular sails. Changing from square to triangular sails allowed them to go around the coast of Africa and get to the east, get all the wealth, and that's a whole other story, and I'm just going to leave that there. But literally, that was the shift. That was the thing. They went from square sails to triangular sails. They changed the structure of their boats, and that allowed them to go see distant lands and get, amass incredible wealth. Okay. That blew my mind. Like, that's simple innovation. Then I went to Egypt. Now, the thing about Egypt is I need you to understand the grandeur of the pyramids. I know we watch National Geographic. We've seen the photos. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. But for me, I stood there and I try to get my mind to comprehend that 5,000 years ago, they knew what to do to create 45 to 50 story structures. The size of which there's still, my husband just sent me something yesterday. NASA just finally figured out from space maybe how they did it. And what was interesting to me was there's thousands of people walking through the pyramids all asking the same question. How did they do it with the primitive tools that they had? How did they do it? I stood there and I asked the same question. How did they do it with the primitive tools that they had? And I realized primitive tools, by primitive tools, what we're talking about is ancient wisdom and imagination. That's what we're calling primitive tools. Now, here's the thing that I stood there and I realized, this was my aha moment. Holy macaroons, I do that too. And I think I'm not the only one. I think our version of the grandeur of the pyramids, the out of this world, crazy, wild imagination dream come true, that for us right now is our purpose. It's our big dreams. It's a life of meaning. It's the vision that you have, the impact that you want to make. It's the legacy that you want to leave. It's the thing that whispers and will not stop if you don't quiet it. It's calling you, it's asking you to step into something bigger than your logical mind can comprehend how to do. But we also, myself included, we also doubt the primitive tools that we have to see that legacy, that purpose, that vision, that dream through to reality. We doubt it. Anybody else willing to go, Tasha, you're speaking to me this morning. That is me. Anybody want to admit that, you know what, I have this large, I have a dream that is like me 5,000 years ago, thinking I'm going to build a 45-story, 50-story pyramid in the shape of like a triangle in the middle of the desert with nothing but sand. And your version of that is your wild dream. It's your purpose. It's your vision. It's the legacy that you want to leave. And you are thinking, I don't know how. I don't know that I have what is going to be required. And if that's you, because that's what I realized, everybody was asking the wrong question, and they were asking from a place of making inaccurate assumptions. The assumptions were that these primitive tools, how did they do it with the primitive tools? These primitive tools could not accomplish that level of grandeur. Now, here's the thing. Dubai, Portugal, Egypt, all three countries used the primitive tools of imagination to create grandeur that defies logic. So this morning, what I want to ask you is, what if, just hear me out for a moment, what if the part of you that knows exactly how to fulfill your purpose is waiting for you to stop making her wrong, is waiting for you to stop minimizing that she knows what she knows and she knows how to do it. What if she's waiting for you to recognize the truth of her wisdom? What if she wants you to finally just let her lead? What if she wants you to say, you know what? You actually are the genius that is within me. What if she's waiting for you to stop turning outward to strategy and tools and the latest technology and all of the things that are outside of you, and instead begin to trust her instead of making her wrong or making her small? That's what I got on this trip. I have been doubting the wiser, genius, primitive part of me that actually has all the answers. And I don't know if anyone else has been doing that too, but I'm telling you what, time out, game over. So, what I realized while I was on this trip for myself, and I think this might apply to many of you too, is that while we're on this journey called life, and I know the women that I serve, you are high achievers, you're wise, you are women who want to do big things, you want to leave a legacy, you want to make an impact, you want to grow and ascend spiritually. And there's this thing that's happening inside of us. We come into this life experience and we have, as we're on the journey, we have multiple identities, multiple versions of us that are kind of like running the show. And so there are parts of us that we identify as that help us further and complete our purpose here. And there are parts or identities, aspects of our personality that hinder us. And I realized that that was happening for me. I don't know, again, if it's happening for anyone else, but here's what I did. I created this quiz that it's going to show you which version, which identity is within you right now that is either helping or hindering the fulfillment of your purpose. Which aspect of how you are operating is quieting your genius or allowing her to lead? And I I think that in order for me to allow, and in order for you to allow the genius part of you to lead, you're going to have to first see which part of you is running the show right now. Which identity? What are the things that are aspects of your personality that is causing you to not listen, causing you to doubt, causing you to second guess, causing you to think your intuition is primitive and not trust it? And the only way that you can change is to see what's there. You can't change what you can't see. So I'm going to invite you, every one of you watching this morning, to type the word quiz. Can I just say, I am so incredibly proud of every single person on my team. While I was away, they got this quiz together in time for this morning. I cannot tell you what they did to pull it off. I'm incredibly proud of it. We've all taken it and been like, okay, that's interesting. Because when you are willing to be honest, and by the way, don't do the quiz in the way that you think you know what the right answer is. It's not going to serve you. But if you really want to change, to start to trust your intuition, to go back to the genius parts of you, to actually let that wiser you, that wealthy you lead, then answer the quiz truthfully. It will allow you to see things that maybe you have not wanted to see. And then we're going to continue to do the work over the next 4 months, right? My whole thing, everything that I've been writing about is the return to the wiser, wealthier me, the true genius that is within me. That's what I'm doing. That's what I want to lead everyone here to do, is let us come back. Let us reclaim the version of us who's already wealthy, the version of us that knows the way, knows the truth, knows exactly how to fulfill our purpose, and actually just needs us to trust and believe in her. So I'm going to ask you, type the word quiz, jump in, take the quiz. It's literally 4 or 5 questions. It's going to take you less than 2 minutes. But here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Can you type, when you get the results, what is your wealth archetype? I'm going to come back in the comments and I'm going to read every single one. But I also want you to see how much we are all in this together. Every time I've posted over the last 2 weeks, women have come in and commented and said, Tasha, that's me. Oh my gosh, you're speaking to me. I'm crying. And my response has been, look, we're all in this together. So I'm going to ask you, take the quiz, share your archetype, follow along for the next couple of weeks, because you're going to see this beautiful journey that I'm going to take you on. I'm going to take you back to the true version of you, the one that could build pyramids, the one that could innovate with simplicity, the one that could save the planet. She's all here. She's all within us, just waiting for us to trust her. I want to say this last thing. I think that we're all in this midlife season right now. And for many of us, we've got all the things going on, right? Menopause and second guessing ourselves, feeling like our journey is over. We no longer have what it takes. We can't keep up, all of that stuff. And I want to say BS. Midlife equals more wisdom. Midlife equals more wisdom. And your wealthy self, your wise, wealthy self, she knows the way. She knows the way. It's time for you to unleash her and to quiet everything else that is not her. And that's why I did this quiz. I want you to see what is loud, what is the identity that is driving your work, your purpose, your beliefs, your actions. And when you get the results, you have the first bit of information that we're going to use to take you back to the true you. All right, so go ahead, type the word quiz, check your DMs, take the quiz, come back, type your response. I want to know what everybody else was. And I'm going to share with you, when I first created this quiz and did it, I came back as the hustler. And you will see, if you get hustler, what that looks like. I came back as a hustler and I was like, no wonder, Tasha. And we're going to talk about all of them. All right, last thing. Everyone watching, can you please go ahead and type July 12th? I believe it's a Saturday. Saturday, July 12th. I want to have a play date with you. I want to have a play date. I'm telling you, we are going back to the wise, intuitive, fun version of us. So July 12th, that's all I'm going to say right now. Save the date, put it in your calendar, July 12th. Everyone who takes the quiz, you're going to be the first to know what I'm up to. You're going to get an invitation at the end of the quiz. Make sure that you register, save the date, all the things. We're going to have fun. It's a play and pretend day with me. Well, I love you all. Happy Monday. Go have a great week. Bye, everyone.